Alright, ladies and gentlemen, version 4.4 has just released. Although the Fate banners aren't quite out yet, we do of course have the HIMEKO banner, so we will be wishing on this first and then later on the Fate banners, because I really want to pick up a RIN. After watching a lot of Fate, I've become quite a bit of a fan, so even more reason to pull her on top of just their gameplay, which also seems very fun. But right now we are focused on HIMEKONOVA since RIN is not out yet. I'll save all the Fate talk when we're wishing on the Fate banners, but for now we need to lock in for HIMEKONOVA. Now I already did do one temple just because I wanted to see if it counts towards the Lightcon selector, because I really want to get Gilgamesh's Lightcon on this account. We already got Archer's one last time around. This time around I want to get Gilgamesh's one because I want to unbrick my Saber. But yeah, with that being said, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go until the 50-50. If we lose the 50-50, maybe we'll save until RIN, and if we win it, then, we've won it, and lucky me, then it's on to RIN when she releases. But anyway, will we get her in the first... Okay, technically this is the second temple of the day, but it's the first temple of since recording. So, will we get Himeko in the first temple? The answer is no, we will not. That's unfortunate. I'm really hoping for an early here. I want to get her in hopefully around 40 pulls-ish, just because like I said, I really want to get a pull for RIN. But like I said, I'm refusing to talk about Fate until we wish on the Fate banners. Instead, need to talk about HIMEKONOVA. Of course, I'm recording this before starting the main quest. I also haven't watched any of the character trailers just because I'm scared I might spoil myself. So yeah, I'm not going to pretend to fully know what's going on here. Of course, I did play the previous quest, so I know the context of the previous quest, but I don't want to spoil that for anyone who hasn't done it yet, just because I know stuff can get a bit busy. So I'm really excited to play this quest line. Of course, I played the last one mostly for the Blade lore, but of course I was in there for some of the Himeko stuff as well. It was very fascinating, and I am very excited to play the current quest. Okay, we're getting a Mosaic as well. You know what, I will take all the Starlight we need, because to be fair, we are kinda low on pulls for getting... Okay, 2 Mosaics, we will take it. Every time I get Mosaic, I don't get an early. That's something I've realized. Like, the reason why we keep we have Mosaic maxed out, even though I barely pulled on the Face Shadow banner on this account, it's because we just keep on getting him, and whenever we get him, we don't get the 5-star in the next temple, and this is no exception, apparently. So, yeah, that is a bit unfortunate, but when it comes to HIMEKONOVA's gameplay, oh my god, do her animations look insane. They are right up there with Phynon and Silverwolf. Then again, that is to be expected. Also, strength-wise, she seems so fun. Also, her best in slot team, the kind of Sunday Sparkle DHPT loop you're able to do seems very, very fun. Maybe there is a better team you can run with, I don't know, Huohua and then RMC, I don't know. But the Sunday Sparkle Don Hung team I've seen, I am very excited to play. So, if you want to see any HIMEKONOVA gameplay or any Fate banner pulls, then, make sure to subscribe for more. Ha 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 ha. Of course, I had to get the terrible joke in there. I do it every single time. Okay, I believe... Okay, so we've done, 40 pulls. We should now be in Soft Pity, I'm pretty sure. Never mind, not quite yet. We need to do another temple. That is unfortunate. Gosh, yeah, I am really nervous here because, like I said, I really want to get HIMENOVA, and I really, really want to get RIN as well. So, yeah, I'm hoping we win the 50-50 here, and we can spend just the rest of our pulls on RIN, but we will have to wait and see, I suppose, just because this account does rely a bit on the Fate characters, I'm not gonna lie, because our two best teams are obviously our Evanescence team. We have Evanescence's E1, we just haven't unlocked it yet. I'm waiting to do Starwood on this account to do that. Then we also have our Firefly team, which, post-Nova Flare is pretty damn good, although it does kind of depend on the boss you're facing up against. And then after that, it's our Ezra S1 Archer, who will stay Ezra S1. We will be picking up Gilgamesh instead of his E1, which is why I really want RIN for him, because I want to keep him relevant. Other than that, what's our next team? Like, probably an Nexa after that. So, a buffed up Saber would be nice. Okay, anyway, here is our 5-star. First of all, what we want to see is Erudition, but we don't want it to be Himeko or Argenti or anyone else like that. I don't even remember who I have on the character selector. Also, if you want to give us our first ever double 5-star, because obviously, to be fair, we did get our first double 5-star on the Sparksy banner, but that was getting Sparksy and Bailu. I want to see HIMENOVA, okay? Not Himeko, HIMENOVA, not Himeko, Technically that's impossible, but still, I want to see Himeko Nova, and I want to see another Himeko Nova, because I want to see her E1. And if we do that, maybe instead of RIN, I'll pull for an E2 Himeko on this account, and we'll just get RIN on the main account. I'm not sure. But, most importantly, first of all, show me Himeko Nova. Please. Okay, erudition, yes! Yes! Okay, I got so scared that I was going to be baited there by regular Himeko. We did go ahead and get the correct Himeko. Whew, that's such a relief. That is such a relief. Oh my god, I could not... Oh, I would be so annoyed if... First of all, I'd be annoyed if we just saw a different path, but then I'd also be even more annoyed if we saw that she, you know, that was the wrong Himeko. But anyway... this flash out is great. Oof. Like I said, I'm really curious what's gonna happen in this quest. You know, if this Himeko is gonna replace our other Himeko, if they're gonna be the same person. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I haven't seen any trailers, I haven't seen any leaks for the story, because I want to experience that firsthand for myself, completely leak-free. Very curious to see how that's gonna go. But anyway, question is, will we get another one in this temple? Please show me another HIMENOVA. You know, this would be a perfect time to get our first double limited character. Okay, Arlen is not what we were looking for. It's looking less and less likely. Okay, it's looking like we're probably not seeing... Okay, yeah, we're not gonna see 2 5-stars in this temple. That's unfortunate, but you know what? We got our Himeko. We can't complain. We only have 30 pulls right now for RIN. That is a bit unfortunate. I mean, do we have any pulls here? We have a few pulls there. But yeah, when the RIN banner comes out, this is going to be an interesting situation, pulse-wise. But yeah, you know what? I will take that. We did go ahead and get our HIMENOVA. We do have her pre-farmed, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and level her up, and then we'll see how her build is doing, so I will be right back. Alright then, well, we are back and we have fully leveled up our HIMEKO Nova. This is how her stats are looking. Base speed, we're missing about 2% crit rate. Hopefully when I change my player ornament pieces, when we get the, when I manage to farm the new set, hopefully we will have enough to get 80% and then 151 crit damage as well. We only have an S5 Genius's Repos. I believe this is our best option. I think it's better than Seriousness of Breakfast. Maybe I need to level up the Her to Store one as well. I'm not sure how it compares in comparison to it. Of course, if we are in 5 targets, then we will switch to the old Himeko's Sig, but I think for the time being, this is what we will stick with. Unless maybe I decide to go for her Light Cone, although I doubt it. Also, traces looking like so, and then for our relics, this is how our pieces are looking. I did take some of the ones I planned for Archer, but you know, we'll probably shuffle these around a bit when, like I said, I farm the new planar ornaments, when we get yeah, new planar ornaments, also when I get RIN and seeing what I want my Archer build to be as well. So yeah, definitely a work in progress. Like I said, we are still in Rootland instead of the new planar ornaments, but I'm so far decently happy. Of course, she is E0. Our Evanescia is still waiting for her E1 to be upgraded. Hopefully we will have a Starwood run coming out soon, because I did just manage to get Sparkle on 163 speed as well as our Sunday on 161. I did have both of them on Sacrados, but I ended up changing that to 2p speed, just so that we could hit those thresholds. But it should overall be good enough just to make sure that we get the speed tuning just right, so that it works well in battle. But yeah, that's it for our run, not our runs, sorry, that's it for our pulls as well as our builds. Hopefully I will see you guys both when the Fate banners come out, as well as when we hop into our runs. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Be sure to sub for more, and yeah, see ya.